Hey, meditation summer school people. We're off to a lovely start. Some of you haven't had an opportunity to do the first class yet, and I think Evelyn so far is the only one who's posted in the Facebook group the homework. So as you know, this is a little bit go at your own pace, but also there are some structured times that you could participate if you get it in your calendar. So I want to say two things about structure and flexibility. They're both super crucial as a human being in life, aren't they? And I'm really good at being flexible, and I've had to work the muscles of being timely, being organized, being structured. And I find that I have greater peace of mind and greater flexibility when I actually have good structure. So the first thing I want to say is, while this is really, very flexible, and I want you to let it work into your life, I want you to also really come into a quiet place in yourself and commit. You've already committed by being in touch with me, saying that this is what you wanted, putting your money down, contributing to your own peace of mind and prioritizing it in that way. So if you don't get to make one of the calls, that's totally cool, but do put it in your calendar for you to take the sacred time out to watch the video and do the practice later. And also setting aside time every single day to get some of that in. Okay, so commitment's number one. That's how you're going to get the most out of this. And then that commitment is prioritizing your own peace, prioritizing self-care, self-love, filling your own well, the best, brightest, most stable, secure, centered human being that you're capable of being right now. And as you continue to go forward in life, you'll always have these tools to keep referring back to. I also wanted to talk about how important it is to ask for help. And asking me for help, what blows my mind? I'm an expert at meditation. I've been practicing thousands of hours of meditation since 1999. I actually haven't added it up, but I do know that 14 years experience doing something makes you an expert. You have to have, several thousand hours in. And I know that I have that. I did do the math on the years, how many different trainings, how many different retreats, how many hours spent both in practice and in teaching, like preliminary, and I reached that goal several years back now. So that blows my mind. Actually, that was brought up to me by a fellow meditation student like yourselves, who started studying with me and who's very good at business and very good at all of that strategy and structure, and was assisting me in kind of wrapping my head around how I am already this professional and this expert in my field. And there's always, every moment is a learning moment, and there's always more room to grow. But how cool is that, to show up to life and find out that you're an expert at something? I mean, I don't care if it's, mowing the lawn, cleaning a toilet, baking bread, being present with your children, or colors, or makeup or whatever. Like, it's super cool to find yourself in that place. So I want you all to find some level of mastery at practice. Not all of you will be drawn to sharing this with other people, but those of you who do, we can talk later about that. And you may find yourself an expert in this field as well. My devotion to this, my concern with this, is that you find the level of mastery in yourself of habituating yourself into a practice. So commitment and asking for help are two huge things. you need to share. You need to be willing to sit with yourself long enough to see where those questions come up. If you aren't asking me questions, I know that you're not sitting still long enough. I know that you're dismissing thoughts in your mind, because we're trained to look like we know in our culture. We're conditioned to look like we know more than we do, or that we're further along than we are. And I battle this all the time still, you know. Noticing that little voice that comes up and says, I got this, rather than, hey, what would you do? Or, hey, what did you mean by that? And when I am willing to see that voice and let it pass by and not pay attention to it, not make meaning of it, then I'm more willing to ask those questions and make connection and learn and grow and find sweetness and ease. So please do that, whether it's one-on-one or in the Facebook group. Your questions will inspire other people to ask questions, or you'll ask questions that everybody else in the group has the same question. Invariably that happens. At least a couple of other people will. So please share vulnerably your questions, and then your experiences too. Share what you're finding, what's working, and how you're doing it, and what you're discovering. And be open to the feedback that I have to give you to help hone the practice, to help tweak it for you. I'm very good at praise and support, but part of my job is also to redirect you into a deeper level of experience in stabilizing and expanding how to be in the present moment, how to reestablish life in the present moment, how to discover greater levels of peace and ease in the middle of intensity, in the middle of chaos, in the middle of life happening, right? So be open. That's the other thing. Be open-minded, be open-hearted. And if I trigger you by redirecting you, I invite you, really please, to breathe into that. Share it with somebody you trust who isn't going to get into like drama with you. And own that you're in a place of growing. Anytime anybody has said anything to me that triggers me, I know it's an opportunity for me to burn something up so that it can be gone and I can become bigger, more grounded, more stable, more secure in this experience of life. So I hope you'll be open to that. I'm sure there won't be a lot of that going on, but there may be some of it. If we're lucky, there'll be some of it. If we're lucky, you will get triggered, a little bothered, maybe totally irritated. And I just really want you to make a commitment to yourself to allow yourself to feel that way and go beyond it and evolve beyond whatever you're being triggered about. If you can continue to expand and grow in these ways, not only stabilizing a consistent practice, you're really going to have a rock solid foundation to move forward in your practice with. And really, this is the practice of life, really. So you're going to get out of this what you put into this. You know that. That's how everything works. So please, I don't care if you show up to the live calls all the time. That's not the point. I would love for some live people on the calls, and I'll be sending more clear details around how to get on the calls tomorrow. I'm playing around with a couple of different options to get clear myself on that. But it'll be either Zoom or it will be the Google Hangouts. But all of them will be recorded. So make sure you're prioritizing getting those classes in, those videos, and share your experience in the Facebook group. Or email me or send me a private message, but share what you contribute, how much you do the homework, how much you're willing to give to this, give yourself to this and devote to it. It's not that much time, really. It doesn't have to be that much time. But how much time are you spending doing other things to unwind or distract yourself? You know, and we're trying to reverse some of those habits so that you have this habit of filtering stress, healing and dissolving stress. And this is how we're doing it. So come up with a good plan for how to prioritize this. And then be willing to have an open mind, ask for help, and share your experience. Contribute to the others who are in the group. Praise them for their shares and their vulnerability. and be inspired by how they're doing that. Come up with your own way to do it, or copy what they're doing. Like, here's the formula Evelyn followed to post today. Okay, I'm gonna kind of follow suit there. That's totally awesome. Do it. I just want to hear from all of you, okay? Have a great day. Have fun playing with your practice. Get your eyes closed today, once or twice. And then play with noticing the most peaceful quality within your experience throughout the day. And let me know how it's going. Namaste.